University Challenge. Asking the questions, Jeremy Paxman.
Hello. The Greek poet Archilochus wrote that the fox knows many things, but the hedgehog knows one big thing. We're hoping to see foxes tonight as two teams compete for a place in the second round. Hedgehogs might also get to play again if their score is high enough. St George's is a medical college of the University of London. It was established in 1733 on Hyde Park Corner, but is now based in Tooting and is one of the largest and oldest medical schools in the UK. It shares its campus with the buildings of St George's Hospital, so during lectures, students will often hear the sound of patients being trolleyed to their wards, and consultants schedule their lectures around their daily surgeries. Its alumni include Henry Gray, author of The Anatomy, the medical manual that is, not the TV series, Edward Jenner, the pioneer of the smallpox vaccine, and the comedian Harry Hill. With an average age of 23 and representing around 3,000 students, let's meet the St George's team.
I'm Shashank Sivaji, originally from Southend-on-Sea in Essex, and I'm studying medicine.
I'm Alexander Subsang, I'm from London, and I'm also studying medicine.
And their captain.
I'm Rebecca Smoker from Stourbridge, County Kildare, and I'm studying medicine.
I'm Sam Mindel from London, also studying medicine.
Now, King's College, Cambridge, was founded in 1441 by Henry VI and began life as the King's College of Our Lady and St Nicholas for a provost and 70 scholars from Eton. But those days are long gone. Its world-renowned architecture may be one reason that students seem to have some difficulty in tearing themselves away from the place. The medievalist and author of ghost stories, M.R. James, was a student there and later became a fellow and then its provost. Alan Turing was also a student and later a fellow, and E.M. Forster, another former undergraduate, was elected an honorary fellow in 1946 and hardly budged from the place for the rest of his life. Representing around 700 students and with an average age of 20, let's meet the King's team.
Hello there, I'm Curtis Gallant, I'm from North London and I'm a first-year classics undergraduate.
Hi, I'm Amber Ace, I'm from Perthshire and I'm also studying classics.
And their captain.
Hi, I'm Fran Middleton, I'm from Chorleywood in Hertfordshire and I'm also doing classics but to a PhD.
Hi, I'm James Greatrex, I'm from Leeds and I'm reading physics.
OK, it's too tedious to recite the rules, so let's just get on with it. Fingers on the buzzers. Here's your first starter for 10. They resisted to the last with their swords if they had them, and if not, with their hands and teeth. These words of Herodotus describe the defeated Spartans at which battle?
King's Greatrex.
Thermopylae?
Thermopylae is correct, yes. You're the one non-classicist on that team. Right, your bonuses. They're on a preserve. According to the Oxford English Dictionary, which preserve was originally a sweet, solid quince jelly flavoured by rosewater and musk or ambergris and cut into squares for eating?
Marmalade?
Yeah.
Any other ideas?
No. Marmalade?
Should we get marmalade?
Marmalade?
Correct. The name marmalade is derived from marmello, the word for quince in the language of which country from which most of the early imports of both the fruit and the preserve came to Britain?
Italy? Yeah, that's what I'd say, unless it's Portugal.
Italy?
No, it's Portugal. The fruit Citrus aurantium, now most commonly used in the manufacture of marmalade, is commonly known by what name?
It's bitter orange, I think.
Yeah.
Orange? Bitter orange? Oh, no.
Bitter orange, I will accept, yes. Seville orange, yes. Okay. Right, 10 points for the starter question. Its name derived from an Arabic word meaning coastal and originally written in Arabic script. What language is used as a lingua franca in much of East Africa and is an official language of Kenya and Tanzania?
St George's Subsang.
Is it Swahili?
It is, yes. Right, St George's, your first bonuses are on French literature. Born in 1533, Michel de Montaigne is generally credited with the introduction of which literary genre? Its name comes from the French for attempt.
The essay?
Correct. Which 17th century poet wrote Fables choisies mises en vers, a work whose title was shortened to Fables in its 1804 English translation?
La Fontaine.
La Fontaine?
Correct. Denoting a form of epigram or aphorism, what word appears in the title of a prominent 17th century collection by Francois VI, Duc de La Rochefoucauld?
Maxims. Maxim.
Maxim?
Correct. Right, that gives you the lead. Got another starting now. Quote, spontaneous creation is the reason there is something rather than nothing, why the universe exists, why we exist. It is not necessary to invoke God to light the blue touch paper and set the universe going. Who made that claim in his 2010 book, The Grand...
St George's Soup saying.
Is it Richard Dawkins?
No, I'm afraid you lose 5 points. In his 2010 book, The Grand Design.
King's Greatrex.
Stephen Hawking.
Stephen Hawking is correct, yes. Right, your bonuses this time, Kings, are on a shared name. Which millenarian group of the 1650s believed that Christ's second coming was imminent and took their name from their desire for a successor to the four empires of Assyria, Persia, Greece and Rome?
No, I don't.
Quadrilettes.
No, they were fifth monarchists. Danaus plexippus, commonly called the monarch and noted for its lengthy migrations from Canada to Mexico, is a species of which insect?
I think it's a butterfly as well.
Butterfly.
Correct. Situated on the Continental Divide at an altitude of more than 11,000 feet, the Monarch Pass is in which US state?
Continental.
I think it might be Texas. I'm not sure.
I don't know. Go.
Texas. Go for Texas.
Yeah. Texas.
No, it's Colorado. Another starter question now. Having its origins as an electorate of the Holy Roman Empire, which federal state of Germany, recreated in 1990 upon reunification, has as its capital Potsdam and surrounds but does not include the city of Berlin?
St George's Savaji.
Brandenburg.
Correct. Right, these bonuses are on physics. 2,260,000 joules is the quantity of heat required to vaporise 1 kilogram of what common fluid?
Water.
Correct. What is the saturated vapour pressure in pascals of water at 100 degrees Celsius at standard atmospheric pressure? You can have 2,000 either way.
It is 101,000.
Indeed, very good, 101,500 to be precise. What property of water falls from a value of about 1 millipascal second at 20 degrees Celsius to less than 0.2 millipascal seconds at 100 degrees Celsius? Come on, let's have it, please.
Permeability.
No, it's viscosity, but those bonuses have given you the lead, and we're going to take a picture round. For your picture starter, you're going to see the route of one of the 5 world marathon majors. 10 points if you can identify the host city from the route.
St George's Mindle.
New York.
No, one of you want to buzz from Kings?
King's Middleton.
Boston.
Boston is correct, yes. For your picture bonuses, 3 more marathon routes, this time all of cities in Europe. 5 points for each you can identify then. Firstly?
Berlin. It's the Seven Bridges. Königsberg.
Oh, is it? Oh,
Could
is
it
that
be?
Berlin?
What you saying?
Berlin? You're thinking? Is there Seven Bridges?
I thought the Seven Bridges were in Königsberg.
Have we got any other ideas?
No.
Yeah,
Berlin?
No, that's Stockholm. Secondly?
What did it say? Something.
What does that say?
I don't know, but
MAS. So it might be Amsterdam somewhere.
Amsterdam.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Amsterdam?
No, it's Rotterdam. And finally?
Spring.
that's somewhere in England. It could be.
Isn't it? Where is the spring?
I don't know. Could be London actually.
Could be London.
Yeah.
No, it's not. It's not. It's maybe try Dublin.
I think.
Dublin.
That's certainly not Dublin. No, it's Berlin. Right, 10 points for this starter question. Although its origins can be traced to French doctors in the 1920s, what term has also been credited to the New York beauty salon owner Nicole Ronsard, who in 1973 wrote a book about diet-resistant fat deposits that give the skin a dimpled appearance?
King's Ace.
Cellulite.
Yes. Right, these bonuses, Kings, are on an office of state. After the death of a British sovereign, which of the great officers of state is responsible for arranging both the funeral and the accession and coronation of the new monarch?
Archbishop of Canterbury? I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think that's plausible.
Do you have any ideas?
No. Archbishop of Canterbury?
No, it's the Earl Marshal. Since 1672, the office of Earl Marshal has been a hereditary position occupied by the holder of which dukedom?
I don't know.
Is Kent.
No, it's Norfolk. And finally, a former brother-in-law of Henry VIII, which Lord Treasurer and Lord Protector of the realm held the post of Earl Marshal between 1547 and 1549?
Former brother-in-law, so would have been
Could be like Thomas
married
Seymour.
to.
Thomas. Who's the Thomas Parr?
Thomas Parr?
Oh yeah, that's
Come on, let's have it.
Thomas Parr?
No, it was Edward Seymour, Jane Seymour's brother. 10 points for this. From the Greek meaning pure, what name was given to the Christian sect which flourished in southern France?
St George's Subsang.
Is it Cathars?
Cathars is correct, yes. You could retake the lead with these bonuses. They're on 20th century novels, St George's. What's the title of the semi-autobiographical novel written by Sylvia Plath and published in 1963, shortly before her death, under the pseudonym Victoria Lucas?
The Bell Jar?
Correct. Of Human Bondage, published in 1915, is a semi-autobiographical novel by which novelist and playwright?
Somerset Maugham?
Correct. And finally, which US author wrote the semi-autobiographical novel The Dharma Bums, published in 1958, a year after the novel for which he's best known?
Faulkner?
No, it was Jack Kerouac. 10 points for this. Used in acoustics and telecommunications to indicate the degree to which a sound or picture reproduced or transmitted by any device resembles the original, what word is used?
St George's Mintle.
Fidelity.
Correct. Your bonuses this time, St George's, are on religious relics. The Church of Santa Croce in Jerusalem in Rome contains part of a panel reputedly once nailed to Christ's cross and bearing which word relating to his origins?
Inri?
No, it's Nazarene, written in Latin, Greek and Hebrew. And secondly, more valuable than precious stones and finer than refined gold, these words describe the remains of which saint, a 2nd century bishop of Smyrna, who was martyred at the age of 86?
Pass.
Oh, it's St. Polycarp. And finally, which Indian state is home to the Basilica of Bom Jesus that contains the relics of St. Francis Xavier?
Kerala?
No, it's Goa. Right, we're going to take a music round. For your music starter question, you're going to hear a piece of classical music. 10 points if you can name the composer.
St George's Mintle.
Dvorak.
No, you can hear a little more, Kings.
King's Greatrex.
Saint-Saëns.
Saint-Saëns is correct, yes. He taught for 4 years at the École Niedermeyer in Paris, so for your bonuses, I want you to identify first one of his pupils, then a pupil of that pupil, and so on. Firstly, name this pupil of Saint-Saëns, who was also French.
It's Fauré. Definitely.
Yeah.
Fauré?
Correct. Secondly, this pupil of Fauré, who was also French.
Berlioz is too early. It would be Debussy if anyone, but I don't know.
Yeah,
Okay. Debussy.
No, that's Ravel's waltz. And finally, this pupil of Ravel, who was British.
That's Tallis.
Vaughan Williams.
Vaughan Williams, Fantasia, theme by Thomas Tallis. Now, 10 points for this.